Get your school holiday football fix these April school holidays. With tailored football development sessions for all. Filled with skills, games and fun from accredited coaches. With options of single days and multiple camp days. The Football South Australia April School Holiday Camps. Sign up now at footballsa.com.au.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA.SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jeps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
Croatia Raiders time.
Right out, goes top corner and is in.
A captain's contribution for Luke Klimek.
Written in the stars for Nicholas Foucault.
Oh my God, that's another one from Bridget.
It's Fabian Barbiero.
Your NPL champions, Adelaide United.
Welcome here for the NPLSA Round 5 action to round out this round in the South Australian leagues as we see FK Beograd taking on Adelaide Comets as they look to extend their winning streak here so far for 2024 season. Let's take a quick look up at the lineups as FK Beograd are getting ready to try and end their winless run against the Adelaide Comets, having not beaten them in their last 8 competitive matches. Jarrett Clark returns to the team after international break and starts on the bench alongside Craig Shearer, who makes way for Udai Koike, who makes his way into the starting 11, and also the Adelaide Comets lineup. We see a couple of changes to their side as well. Andy Janto making his way back onto the bench after week off, as well as LeCornu there as well. Both on the bench. A big game here today. Looking forward to all the action live from Frank Mitchell Park. I'm your matchday commentator, Johnny Kecko, alongside David Grant. Good to have you back on board.
Good to be back on board, Johnny. It feels like ages since we've been together.
I know. We spent so many times matches together up in the hills, and then we finally made it to the NPL and then never saw each other again.
That's right, yeah.
But we're here back for some NPL action as we see the coaches shaking hands. as ahead of this big matchup. Tony Saka, the assistant coach for for Adelaide Comets, sorry. Too many names to remember, David. There's a lot of games happening today around the grounds.
That's true, although there are only 2 teams playing here today, Johnny, so we've just got 2 to remember.
You know what it is? I'm flustered because I'm right next to you again. That's what it is. I'm flustered.
You're right. There's a lot of action going on. There's games on at the same time, and it's easy to get mixed up. But
well, anyone still watching those other matches, there's only Marlborough Jets one still going, and that is Marlborough Jets 3-1 up over Adelaide Olympic, who went to 10 men as well. But also in the other matches, Campbelltown City and the Panthers as well ended in a 1-1 draw, with down to 10 men for Campbelltown in that match. Yep. Also down to 10 men was Para Hills Knights, who lost 4-0 to Croydon FC. So a red card in every fixture today, and we're going to see if this one here has one in it later to come. David?
Well, I'm sure we'll get some drama. These 2 teams are, they're very good sides, obviously, playing at this level, but there's always hopefully a little bit of drama for us, the neutral observer.
Absolutely. As the teams make their way out onto the pitch, Frank Mitchell Park, a beautiful day for football in the high 20s. Warm day as we get ready to head into the night and round out round 5 down here at Frank Mitchell Park. Nice attendance from the local crowd gearing up for this Easter long weekend. Match day officials heading out the squads as well, with Eric Forzastelli alongside Henry Day and Jaden Betterman, his 2 assistant referees for this fixture. Just a little bit of guidance there from Eric to face the camera. Yeah. Likes a bit of camera time. It's fantastic.
Smile, boys.
For those watching at YouTube on FSA Leagues, you can catch all the action all year round. The RA NPLSA action, also the State League, and the Go Sunny Solar WNPL, which is on break this week but returns next week for round 3. About to get back underway here for FK Beograd, who are looking to try and get a win. They've only won against the LA Comets previously back in 2015 in a club friendly. But outside of that, 8 matches, all 8 wins for the Adelaide Comets.
Yeah, it's quite a record, isn't it, when you think about it? You're going back a number of years. They haven't always been in the same division, of course, but yeah, that's quite a record when you go back that many years to not have beaten your opponent. So maybe they'll change it this time. I watched them last week. They had a 1-0 win against Adelaide City with a goal coming in the 88th minute. Konstantopoulos scored that one, so maybe they'll carry some of that form into this game. For me, last week they were the second best. I felt Adelaide City were the better team. But having said that, it all comes down to how many times you put the ball in the back of the net, doesn't it? So,
beating Adelaide City is no small feat, especially the way they start off their season. Some big names in the squad as well. And we're about to get underway down here as the LA Comets look to extend their winning run. 4 games undefeated. 4 wins.
And only conceded 1 goal in the league. Conceded 1 in the cup as well, but you know, to get to round 5 and only conceded 1 goal is no mean feat.
Absolutely. George Sonis talking to him pre-match as well. Made mention of that fact of the winning against FK Beograd, and I just also followed it up with, I hope that's not a commentator's curse, and not to jinx you at all, but does not believe in superstitions, which is a good thing. You don't want to look at those too much because that is the past, and the current LA Comets are very, very strong.
Maybe you put the Keko curse on them now and they'll lose 6-0.
The Kek curse. The Kek curse. No, that's absolutely not. We're in for a treat here today. FK Beograd got some great players on the bench as well. Jared Clark looking to come back after international duties with Vanuatu. Just moments away as the referees just fixing the netting. Henry Day.
We had this problem last week actually. The kick-off was delayed by a minute or 2, so nothing major.
Well, the volunteers do a great job getting this ground match ready each week. Big shout out to all those at FK Beograd. We're about to get back underway. Just moments from kickoff with Seb Good behind the ball for FK Beograd. Kicking to the left of your screens in their red and blue kit. It's FK Beograd, the home side. And Yellow Comets kicking to the right of your screen as we get back underway down here. It's gone out for a throw-in. Look at the Comets. Early push from Beograd. Can they pursue something here? It's quickly dealt with. Yates. It's controlled by Garrido. Welsh. Trying to find a way to get it forward. This is the Comets. Falco. Jakobsen, the captain for FK Beograd. The absence of Andoni Natsiopoulos, who's out for another 8 weeks after rupturing his hamstring here earlier this season. A great start for the captain, who is looking very proud to be representing his side this season. We'll have to just wait a little bit longer to return back into the squad.
We've got a healthy crowd across there, haven't we, Johnny? There must be a couple of hundred people over there. Always get a decent crowd out here, don't we?
We do, and especially with the other fixtures kicking off around the grounds, because we know when there's a one-off fixture, a lot of fans like to head out to this venue. But also with the Easter long weekend, a lot of people going away for the weekend, so not a bad turnout.
Yeah, no, it's good. And the weather's cooled down a little bit. It was 32 degrees today, but it's certainly cooled down now as we're after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So the weather's cooled down a little bit. A little bit of a breeze picks up though. We'll see if that has any impact in the play.
It's called for a handball from Nyankuru. Breeze, let it slide. Nyankuru plays it out. It's back in the centre. It's Falco. Damian Luic whips it in the area. It's dealt with by Labasso. Just slightly. Back to Labasso. From here, Bonner. Bonner makes the run, but it's Labasso. Konomopoulos. The Comets trying to break in. It's Garrido inside the area. It's dealt with though very quickly. So it goes out for another throw in.
Nice little touch by Garrido there in the box, the number 9 for Comets. Just didn't quite get enough to get a shot in, but his first touch was excellent, just took him away from his opponent. Beograd lining up very, look like they're lining up with 4 at the back and 2 holding midfielders, so it's a very compact back line that they've got there.
It's Koike now. He's on the run. He's got Konstantopoulos, feeds it off to him on the left. Can he try and produce something in the area now? He whips it in, but it's dealt with by Welsh. The back. Experienced defender. Deals with it calmly. It's Leon Bruno back on the ball. Jakobsen on the back. Sorry, David, they've just got a little bit of excitement there from Beograd.
Oh, don't apologise. We're here for the excitement, aren't we?
I was just here for you, but anyway.
The bromance is alive and well, isn't it? I was just going to comment that Koike is the only change to the FK Beograd lineup from last week. Here he's getting the ball now on the left-hand side.
Craig Shearer's on the bench. Yeah,
so Shearer started last week. Craig Shearer's been dropped to the bench. Koike's come in, but Koike did come on last week, so obviously showed enough last week that they felt they would give him a start this week. Beograd just holding on to possession quite well. They just seem to want to hold the ball just now and keep Comets away from it.
Jakobsen. There's a spot. Konstantopoulos, but
it's nearly hit my car.
Is it your car, is it?
Yeah. I'll have to have a word with them later.
In the front yard.
Slice clearance. I think the wind probably caught it a little bit, didn't it? He tried to place it over to Koike on the left-hand side, but not enough power. They're hitting into the wind, FK Beograd in the red.
Labasso, short throw. Konomopoulos backed from FK Beograd. Strimboli tries to find a way in, past the fence, dealt with, but just a collision. It's not looking too great for Strimboli and also for Dimu.
both sort of twisted their knees as they went for that. They twisted their knees off each other. That
looks like Trimboli's come off second best, unfortunately. Not a great sign, early sign for FK Belgrade to have an injury this early on.
Well, Dimu's down as well. I mean, he's key to that back four for Comets, isn't he? I mean, I've commented a few times about how good that back four are, and
that's not good.
Yeah, Dimu looks upset too.
Well, he did get up slightly, which I thought it may have been okay, but that doesn't look like it. He's dropped very quickly back onto the ground, so not great signs for either side. This is an awful way to start off the game for both of these sides. Nothing malicious in there either, just unfortunate.
No, we're only 5 minutes in, but no, it was just simply a clash of knees. Trimboli was going for the ball, the Beograd striker, and he'd every right to, and Dimu was just challenging him, but both of them twisted their knees. I think one's the left, one's the right, but
Dimu's back up, so might just be able to run that off, and we can see in the this magic spray getting out for Trimboli, so hopefully he can be back up and running very soon as well, and hopefully nothing too much.
It's a gamble though, isn't it? It's a gamble. If you've got something in the knee and you don't take the precautionary measures, if you play on, you do run the risk of a longer term injury. So something for them to think about anyway.
Well, there will be maybe some last minute checks just off the pitch, maybe just to have a quick look at, make sure they are fit to come back on before taking any risks. Just playful clap there just to say there was nothing in that. And they're both showing a bit of sportsmanship there, which is fantastic to see. And they're both back on, which is good. Back underway.
Something good, and there's something in that magic spray that works a treat then, isn't there?
I think I needed it to get up the scaffold earlier. I feel like I'm 29 turning on 50.
Don't say scaffold, say the executive box.
Oh, I struggled climbing up the executive box.
I don't want people thinking we're paupers.
But we are. Jakobsen, experienced defender, captaining FK Belgrade today. Settling in. Belgrade try and end the dreams. The early fantastic run from the Comets. A rocky start for Belgrade. Managed to get that win last week. That's going to definitely help him.
That was a good
in the season.
That was a good win, though. You know, like I say, it's at the end of the day, it's how many times you put the ball in the back of the net versus your opponents, and it was a good win for them to get that goal in the last minute at Adelaide City last week. You know, and they'll be on a high from that. You know, and they carry that into this game. They're playing a very good Comets side who are clearly top of the table. Only conceded 1 goal in 4 games so far. So this is a very good Comets side they're playing, but they'll come in optimistic after that.
It's Konstantopoulos running down the left. He's going to try and send it in the area. Hadn't Trimboli there, but unfortunately couldn't get it in. It's dealt with. Labasso now on the other end. Straight to Konstantopoulos.
He had time, but he kind of rushed his cross, didn't he? But he had time. Maybe he didn't realise he had time. But you'll notice I've had a haircut, and my barber Khalid is a big football fan. He was telling me that he fancies Beograd in this game. He thinks they're going to pull this one off.
We're lucky we're on YouTube and just commentators, so they can't see your haircut. It's not that great. But as Zikoke now in the area, straight to the safe hands of Vaughan. Just kidding, mate.
I'm just saying what the punchers would say. It was interesting that he had that he felt that Beograd would be capable of an upset here, but I think he was basing that on how they played last week. Shows they can carry that momentum into this game as Irabona enters the penalty box.
It's Irabona. Back out to Yates. Welsh. As he pushes forward, the experienced defender straight into Luich, and will be a throw in for the away side. Perfect conditions for a football match on a Saturday afternoon. What feels like a Sunday after this very long weekend, as it's 28.7 degrees here at the Woodville West. Max of 30, overnight 17. It's going to drop shortly, but not before full time, which means we're going to have a nice warm day for football.
Yeah.
Bring your sunnies?
It does feel like a Sunday though. I didn't bring my sunnies in the car.
Gonna need them soon.
In the car that Jakobsen keeps hitting with his clearances. It does feel like a Sunday though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Easter tomorrow. It's inside the area. Jakobsen leaves it, but Labasso's lurking. He does well. Jaden Labasso manages to keep it in, crosses it into the area, but it's cleared with. Jakobsen just couldn't quite control it. Zero Bonner with the throw.
Labasso's cross was better there, didn't it? He took his time and he looked up. It was a nice cross they put in, but Jakobsen, a wee lapse in concentration perhaps. Didn't realise he'd no one behind him and he let it go. And then mistimed his attacking the ball as Comets look to build up from the back again.
Comets push up very high. And it's offside from Irabona. As we see in the background there, the doggy park. There's about 4 dogs watching on. So we've got 200 spectators plus 4 dogs.
Dogs don't seem to be paying too much of attention. You know, they obviously don't realise the importance or the relevance of this tie.
If you're not watching this match, you're barking mad.
I'll give you that one. That was a good one. A wee pause and play here while we wait for the kick to be taken.
Pause.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Dimmu just leaves it for Vaughan. Be very happy with his team's performance heading into this season. 4 wins from 4 to kick off the 2024 season. Saladnir Bonner, great ball through from Economopoulos, just across the face.
Great little ball by Economopoulos, wasn't it?
It's Kavanagh just chasing it down. Inside the box. Trimboli. Did have an eye for good. It's back on for Comets. Zero Bonner inside the area, just outside it. It's cleared back. Yo. Zero Bonner. On his left, nice ball through. Just over Kavanagh, and it's gone over into the sensory garden. And a great opportunity once again for the Comets.
Yeah, I think Garrido should maybe have done a little bit better there. He just needed a little delicate chip over the keeper, and he's put it over the bar. So great little through ball by Arabon. How many Arabonas are out there? There seems to be hundreds of them.
I know.
It's just the one, right? He just seems to be it just seems to be everywhere just now. But a great little through ball, and
just puts himself in all those positions, and he's working very hard. Just loving him and Jan Labasso on that right side as well. Working very well, being able to cross them, make some good crosses in to the area.
The most of Comets' work has come down this right-hand side. I don't know if that's maybe because Arabon is playing in the right and they just seem to be going to him all the time. Comets are building up on their right really well, and arguably should be 2 goals to the good now.
Trimboli. Feels like a game of pinball at the moment. Comes off the edges. It's Dimmu to Labasso on that right side once again. Gates. Wokai working very, very hard. There's another attack through Good. Sebastian Good. He's in the area now, one-on-one. He's got a great opportunity, and he whips it straight into the car park. Oh, he's devastated with that.
He did.
Missed opportunity.
Just as he went to shoot, the ball started bobbling, didn't it? I felt the ground let him down there a little bit, but great little run, little nutmeg, and made room for the shot. But I think the ground let him down. I don't think that was Good's fault at all. I think the ball just took an awful bounce just as he went to hit.
It does look a little bit patchy in that area as well of the goal box.
Demu struggling a little bit with that knee again.
He might, as we hear the doctors, might be going just to have a quick look at him. We're just holding off for now, but the bench just double check and make sure he's all right, and he's given the all clear, but they might be checking on that at half-time. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to half-time. That might be it for him today. I
wouldn't necessarily take the player's word for it, you know, because a player who's wanting to stay on is going to tell everybody, my knee's fine, but
it's a big game here today, so he'll definitely want to be a part of it. I feel like Beograd are going to be that side that you don't want to underestimate them, as we've seen the results this year. A 3-2 loss to South Adelaide as well. Ended with a sprinkle of water and a sprinkle of goals as well. Don't think we'll have that issue today. Jimmy Panna trying to go for the ball there. Just wanted a bit of action. A great hard worker of the LA Comets. Puts so much time and effort. And also his dad, John, holds the record for the hat-trick. The youngest person to score a hat-trick on the national level for West Adelaide. And the second one is, after him, is Nestoria Nkunda after last night's, who became the youngest hat-trick scorer in the A-League history. So
that's right.
A little bit of history there.
Is that not a record that stood since 1984?
Well, he's... John still holds the record, but Nestoria now is the youngest in the A-League history.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Have two made in South Australia. And what a performance last night from Nestoria Nkunda.
Yep, it was, wasn't it?
It's great to see these young players even signing autographs right till the very, very end. One of the last ones was my nephew after those hundreds. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was thousands getting signatures from him, as well as the other young players like Luka Jovanovic, a former FK Beograd player himself, who attends these matches quite often. It's great to see the South Australian players, young players as well, heading out to local matches where they started their junior days and going back to their roots, which is great to see.
It is, yeah. Part of me thinks they're obliged. You know, you should maybe pay back to the game.
I think it's the connection that these clubs have with those players and support they put in them.
Yeah,
like you see the Yengi brothers as well. Their support they put behind the LA Comets, and you know, where they are. Also, we can't go by without mentioning Yengi's goal. I've seen the Yengi's debut Socceroos goal the other day as well.
Yep. Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he?
Mm.
And his brother Tete, who's playing at the mighty Livingston.
Yes.
Currently sitting bottom of the Scottish Premier League. But he's scoring, and he got a goal against Celtic a few weeks ago. That's no mean feat, is it?
Yates on the ball. Yates leaves it. It's Mavrolambados. Back to Mavrolambados. Yates from Lakafiritz. Back to Labasso. Dimu. Labasso back on that right. Going to be a throw in for the Comets. Quickly thrown back in. Scarito. Just over the crossbar.
I think it hit the bar.
It looked like it just landed on it and slowly rolled. It was in slow motion.
Yeah, no, that's another, same as they did before. A great little through ball by Arabona. And Garrido's onto it. And this time his shot was a little bit better. He took his time and made his calculations, and he's hit the top of the crossbar. He's getting closer, isn't he?
Mm.
Two chances. One over the bar, one hits the bar. Next one's got to be in, isn't it, Johnny?
You'd hope so. Well, you'd think so. Based on your stats, David.
It's getting closer and closer.
He'd obviously want to try and get one in early as we head into the 21st minute. This round 5 clash between FK Beograd and the Comets. Big match here for both sides. Beograd looking to get their 3rd win of the season. Make it 2 from 2 after knocking off Adelaide City last week at home.
Yeah.
Their home.
Yeah. They're a loss, then a win, then a loss, then a win. So if they can get a win here, they might get a little bit of momentum. They get 2 or 3 in a row. You can move yourself up the table quite quickly. I mean, right now I think Beograd were, before today's games, they were 7th in the ladder. So, but not many points behind. There's only a few points separating 6th and 7th from the top 2. Quite tight. Comets win the ball back and then give the ball away.
It's Koike in the area. Labasso puts his knee in the way. Vaughan comfortably secures it for the Comets. There's been some good build-up from FK Beograd, just haven't been able to capitalise in that final third. Where on the other end, Comets are very, very strong on that right side and have produced some very good moments, and unlucky not to have a goal just yet in this fixture.
Yeah, you've summed it up very well there. I think, Johnny, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think FK Beograd have looked like they might be able to deliver something, but really when they've got into that final third, into that penalty box, they've been a little bit profligate in front of goal. Whereas
Doppler did well there to block it from getting to Labasso.
Yeah, I was just going to say that whereas the Comets have just looked a little bit more dangerous, they've used their width better, I think, especially on the right-hand side here. Urbana linking up with Garrido is really looking like it might pay off if they're persistent, you know. So for me, Comets marginally better. What do you think?
They are. They're looking very strong at the moment, but it could be Beograd could still crack one in at any moment here in the way they're playing. Just got to try and find that moment. Leon Bruno.
This is kind of how it was unfolding last week. You know, Beograd were just marginally second best, but got the goal in the last 2 minutes. So I certainly wouldn't write them off.
They're looking like that team. You don't want to write them off too early. It's in the area. Can they produce something? Very good save from Vaughan. Great shot there from Seb Good as well. And who's offside? Spotted well by Jordan Betterman on the line there.
That was a great save by Vaughan. He was down very quick to his left and blocked the shot with his foot, but excellent goalkeeping. And a real chance for Beograd to get the opener, maybe against the run of play a little bit, but yeah, they look dangerous at times. But great goalkeeping by Vaughan.
Very strong in goal there for the Comets.
He's also the captain, isn't he?
He is.
Captain Vaughan.
Sounds like a comic book. That would be perfect captain name.
It's got an element of hero about it.
Yeah.
A superhero, isn't it? Captain Vaughan.
It's under 29 degrees down here. Perfect conditions for football. Not too hot. Nice cool breeze across the pitch. Urbana chasing it down, managed to keep it in nicely.
Yeah.
Leon Bruno's got to try and get around, whips it into the area. It's cleared out for a corner kick by Massimo Falco.
How did Urbana get that? That's incredible. And then he turns around, swings a left foot cross to the back post. The cross was superb too. Keeper was nowhere near it. It's just there was no takers. But oh, Urbana's having a blinder for me.
Some magical moments from Aladdin Urbana. He goes to take the corner kick. Man in the box. Goes short. Constantopoulos. The outside of his boot. Back in Trimboli. Deutsch. Fights through the middle. He spots Koike. Koike on his right. Sluic. Konstantopoulos. He's got Koike at the area with Charles on his right. There's a deflection. Falls to Koike.
Some nice play there by Damon Luic in the middle of the park. He'd found Koike really well out in the left-hand side. And they were unable just to capitalise there.
Leon Bruno. Konstantopoulos on his right. Finds Trimboli's head. Is the target. But Vaughan spots it. Picks it up for first.
Hard to beat Vaughan in the air, wouldn't it? He's a big unit and really dominates his area, so you need to keep your crosses away from him, I think.
You certainly do. Walsh spots Mavron Lombardos on that right wing. Gets it back on his left. Through ball to Labasso. And Kavanagh does very well to prevent that opportunity from Labasso.
Great linking play again, isn't it? I mean, it's the same as they were doing before with Arabona and Garrido. Labasso there, just great interlinking play. And, I think it was Jack Yule that put the ball through, but gosh, this will pay off if they keep going. I'm sure it will.
Siribona. It's goal kick for Beograd. You see a little bit of the wind coming through. Just a nice cool breeze. It drops 0.3 of a degrees down here at Woodville West.
0.3. Nobody could ever complain about you being inaccurate about stuff, eh? It's a lovely night, though. I mean, it's probably the last night we'll have where we're out in our shorts and t-shirts, isn't it? I mean, from next week on, it's going to get cold, and we'll pretty soon be under tarpaulin.
Well, for you Scots, though, you love the cold weather, so you'll be wearing shorts no matter what.
The windier and colder and more miserable it is, the happier I am.
The more miserable it is, the more miserable I am. You won't see me during winter. Konstantopoulos gets in the way. It will be a throw-in for the Comets. It's Kavanagh.
Easy, Ethan!
Kavanagh now prepares to launch. Oh, hits it our way.
Labasso to take the throw. Back to Welsh.
A little tangle of feet, and Comets win the free kick in the left back position there. Ryan Yates with it now.
Jack Yao. Dimu. Risky ball back to Vaughan. It's Koike. Makes his way around. Lurking. It's Konstantinopoulos. Luic. Take it back to Banjak. Coming up. Jakobsen. Ball to get around. Irabona. And then that one there is going to be hitting my car, I reckon.
No, that's another one that he's sliced, but seems to be acknowledging that his clearances and his ball work hasn't been as good as it can be, Jakobsen. I'm a big fan of him as a player, but...
well, that one just landed in someone's hedge. That would be spewing. Perfectly trimmed hedge as well.
There's no use crying over spilt milk.
Well, they can hedge their bets that won't happen again.
Oh.
Okay, just getting a little bit rough there on Jalen Labasso.
Sausage puns are the worst. A little bit of handbags at dawn here, I think.
Yates and Dimu just having a word to Eric Ford-Sestelli. Eric's have a quick couple of words to Udai from FK Belgrade. Jalen Labasso just trying to go for the cheeky early throw.
You got to play with the referee's whistle though, haven't you? That'll need to come back.
Eric just coming it down a little bit there. Going back to that throw once again. Just trying his luck, Jaden. Jakobsen. Now the Comets back in this area now once again through Garrido. Luic. Irabona. Lays it out on that left. Irabona. It's dealt with. But Yates finds his way back on the ball. Pushed out to the left. Can he try and get back on his feet? Welsh. Now it's Koike that's on the ground after a little push. And that's woken up the FK Belgrade bench.
Maybe a little bit of retribution there. I think Koike was the player that was involved earlier, so...
And Yates is the one that gave it to Japanese player. I have a word from Eric, the referee.
The physician has sprinted over to the far side and with his magic sponge, by the time he's got there, Koike's back up. It must have felt like a wasted run.
Trying to get his kilometres up, maybe.
Yeah.
Easter long weekend, burning off those eggs.
He's running all the way back.
Got back in the area to try and protect that goal. Labasso. Luic. Konstantinopoulos. Back out to Udai Koike.
Pass just needed to be a bit firmer, didn't it?
Yates gets in the way. Now it's Yates. A little bit of a push. Slight push though. It's going to be a little bit fiery, it feels, in that second half.
Yeah.
Let's get in there. This is what these Easter long weekend clashes deserve. A festive fumble. It's a long ball to Irabona.
He's got it though. And he's onside.
Little chip in the area. Jakobsen with the head. It's cleared, but not too far as Jalen Labasso. It's back out on that left side. Trimboli does well to get in the way. Back out. Falco, and it will be a throw-in to the home side. As we see the crowd building, looks like people coming from into other games as well around the grounds. As those finished at 5 p.m. with a 3 p.m. kickoff. They all made their way here for some chuvap dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Which sounds good.
The good stuff, yeah.
Do you reckon we got enough time to run over there and have one?
Absolutely, Johnny, yeah. Nobody will notice.
Yeah, I think so.
Just distract both of the listeners and steal ourselves away.
Well, that's why I haven't been...
Like smooth criminals.
That's why I haven't been commentating the last couple of weeks, because
you've been eating?
Yeah, because if I knew if I commentate, I can only head to one game on a Saturday or a Friday night. But if I don't, I can head to a couple and eat at a couple. You'll learn those things, mate.
That's it. You're a growing boy, aren't you?
Well, I was growing taller, now I'm growing wider since I've started NPL football. But it's good to be out and about as we see Irabona chasing that ball down. Just can't get there in time for this time around.
It's probably the first one he's not got to, though, isn't he? He's been exceptional down the right-hand side here. He did flick over to the left for a little while. I don't know if you noticed that. He appeared over on the left for a little while, and when he did it, the ball seemed to be, their attacking play seemed to be more on the left-hand side. So he's obviously having a massive impact on their where their attacks are coming from. But he's back on the right now.
Leon Bruno with the short throw. So high in the air. Big red throw. One thing about local football I love is the fans watching from outside the stadium, or outside the ground, sorry. Not quite a stadium, but it's the local facilities that you can watch from different areas from your car. There's people pulling over on the side watching sometimes, and also walking their dog, having a squiz. Vaso to Dimu. Now Yates. Nyankuru wins the free kick.
Yeah, maybe a bit harsh. I thought Jack Yo went for the ball and got it, but free kick for Beograd, which Leon Bruno will take.
Leon Bruno to Banjak. Luic. Trimboli back. Banjak. Despite the dominance of LA Comets, Beograd have been able to hold up as we see the Comets now on the break. Can they do something here to Kononomopoulos in the area? And it's Irabona, but it's offside, unfortunately, for the Comets. Almost a commentator's curse. And looks like Kavanagh's come off second best in this as well.
Brave goalkeeping. He threw himself at the feet there as Irabona came in, and I think it's Irabona that put the ball in the net. It has been discounted because of an offside decision there, but hopefully Kavanagh is all right.
Eric, take control, huh?
It's Henry Day there, just getting a word from Alan Welsh. He wants a bit of clearance on clear up of what the offside, who was for. As we have a quick look on my phone as well as we see this. With the glare, it's a bit hard to really tell. George Souness is just trying to calm his players down to relax. Can't change it is what the words are coming from his mouth, and that's true. They can't change it, so...
No, that's it. The decision's been made. They've got to respect it, and they've got to move on.
The only thing that can come from this is a card, which they don't want.
That's right. And they've got to be professional about it as well. Put it behind them and move on. For me, I think Comets will probably come good anyway if they keep this gameplay, or this...
That's right. Well, Vaughan's come out just to help settle it down a little bit. And I think we'll be back underway soon. He's waiting for Kavanagh now. He's just getting some final checks. A little bit of a collision in that area as well. But that's what it's like with local football. It's hard to see, first of all, but once the call's made, there's not very much change that can happen. Maybe a interference.
That's it. You've got to put it behind you and get your focus back. I couldn't say if that was offside or not. Happened very quickly.
We'll have a look at half-time again.
Yeah, sure. But look, brave goalkeeping by Kavanagh, and he's thrown himself at that, and in contrary as well, when you look at Arabona, it was a nice finish. But we must move on. We all must move on, Johnny.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. Obladi, oblada.
Yates with the head. Leon Curie. Leon Bruno. Timu with the clearance. Jakobsen. New chip. Aaron Conde. Bonner.
Poor throw by Comets there, really, just throwing it straight to Beograd, who have been a little bit wasteful with their possession as well, and Comets emerged with it. And on the far side of the park now, ball comes over to Arabona on the far right-hand side.
It's Arabona now. Got Liam Bruno to get around. It's on his right, goes for the shot, just out wide slightly. Could have had a little bit more time to try and place that better, but unfortunately just went a little bit out wide. No one in the area to try and to take it if they could.
Yeah, I don't think it was a cross. I think it was a shot, but he just didn't get onto it, did he? He's going to strike across the face of goal and just didn't get onto it. Maybe a little bobble before he hit it again. The pitch looks to be in good condition, but I think it's a bit bobbly in parts.
Jakobsen chasing down, it's coming up with the ball. It's going to be a long ball.
That might hit our cameraman Grant upstairs, but I think it's just narrowly missed him.
Is that your car?
Oh, yeah.
Your car just got knocked. Oh, it's going into oncoming traffic. That's not good. Lucky it was a Toyota SUV that's a bit higher up, so it just went straight over it. Arabona falls to him on the right, pushed out a little bit, slightly wide. The Barso's there to help. Leon Bruno gets in the way.
Leon Bruno did get in the way, but it was a wasteful pass by Arabona. He's had a great first half, but that was a little bit wasteful. The pass just went straight to his opponent. Comets now look to build on the left-hand side with Alan Welsh.
Walsh. Long ball. He finds Economopoulos. Still there for the Comets. It's Neon Kuri. Feels like there should be a goal before half time, and there probably will be, as we still got just over a minute to go. And it's a shot, and it's just out wide for the Comets, and it will be a goal kick, but that was a very close call once again for the away side as we creep into that final minute here at Frank Mitchell Park, plus any additional time to be added.
Yeah, look, I think Garrido's missed a chance there. That's the Comet striker, of course, the number 9 there up front. He's had 3 shots and 3 efforts on goal. 2 have been off target and 1 hit the bar, but you'd be wanting arguably a better return from your striker than that when he's had 3 chances. You'd think he might have put 1 away. He looks like he's a bit disappointed with himself for that. Still shaking his head. It's easy when you're up here though, isn't it, Johnny?
It certainly is. I can say whatever I want, but I can't do what I want on the pitch because even if I'm on the pitch, I'm terrible. That's why they get paid the big bucks to play the football. Nice little ball from Irabona, just no one to claim it as we see Garrido. And it's just outside the box. Will be a free kick, and it looks like he's come off second best. And a card, straight red card.
judged to be the last man, Johnny.
And that's the 4th game in today's 4 matches that have a red card in each. So down to 10 men for FK Beograd, and it is Michael Jakobsen, the one to receive it.
Yeah. That's a shame. I'm a fan of Jakobsen, you know, the former Danish internationalist. He's great to watch. He hasn't had a great first half, let's be honest about it. He's just left his foot out there, a trailing foot out there, and he's been judged to be the last man. As Garrido, I think it was Garrido that he fouled as Garrido was running in goal. The resultant free kick's maybe a little bit close in for Ryan Yates, who looks like he might be shaping up to take it, or maybe Labasso, but that's a long walk for Jakobsen. That's a
Captain.
shame. Yeah.
Very unfortunate for FK Beograd.
I think he's handed the captain's armband to Damien Luic as Comets now shape up to take the free kick.
Confirmed. It's Anthony Mavrolambardos and Yates lining up behind it. And it's Yates on his right, just a little bit out wide. Had the power behind it. Just about a metre and a half to his left, and it probably would have been gone in.
Yeah, it was a nice effort, and you could see what he was trying to do, but his placement was, well, let's be honest, it wasn't great. It's gone a good few metres to the right hand side. Wonder if maybe Mavro Lambados would have been the better option there with a curling left. He looked like he was shaping up with his left. But the moment's gone, but look, it'll be tough for Beograd now to come back against the top side, who've barely conceded all year.
Well, we did ask this question earlier in the game. Will we see a red in this after the first 3 games in today's round 5 fixtures all received a red card? It's Irabona. Back pass to Welsh. Two teams that received the red card today in the other fixtures, Para Hills and Olympic, both lost. But the other fixture, Campbelltown City and Panthers, both ended in a 1-1 draw. So they could potentially still hold on here, Beograd, but a lot of work after losing a defender as well in Jakobsen.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying I would write them off. I'm not saying they've got no chance, but it's going to be very difficult for them now. We'll need to see what they try and do at the back now, because obviously Jakobsen's key in that back 4. And without him, they'll need to reshape. It looks like Damien Luic, for the last couple of minutes, had settled back into Jakobsen's spot. That's where he was playing from midfield. He dropped into the back 4. But there's the half-time. There's the half-time whistle, Johnny.
That's it.
Do your summary before we sign out for a 15-minute break and some shalaps.
Absolutely. Well, that's it on half-time. A great performance from Adelaide Comets. Beograd managed to hold on there. Had a couple of opportunities, but nothing as great as what Comets had up forward. Look forward to seeing what they can do in the second half. And what changes are they expecting to see from Beograd now, having to go down to 10 men, and also from the Comets?
Yeah, well, look, I probably wouldn't anticipate that Comets will change much. I think it's been working for them. They've just got to be more clinical in front of goal. Beograd are going to have to reshuffle themselves. They're going to have to. I don't know what they'll do at half time. It'll be interesting to see how they line up when they come out for the second half, and if there's a substitution made. But for them, it'll probably be about containment and maybe hitting on the break, I would say, through the second half.
Well, we look forward to seeing what that second half does bring here. Beograd do have some great players on the bench. Maybe we might see Jared Clark make his way back in after an international break last week, international duties representing Vanuatu. Some friendlies. Great to see him back in the squad. He might make a return in that second.
Get your school holiday football fix these April school holidays. With tailored football development sessions for all. Filled with skills, games and fun from accredited coaches. With options of single days and multiple camp days. The Football South Australia April School Holiday Camps. Sign up now at footballsa.com.au.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA.SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jeps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
Croatia Raiders time.
Right out, goes top corner, Anderson in!
A captain's contribution for Luke Klimek.
Written in the stars for Nicholas Bucco.
Oh my God! That's another one for my protect! It's Fabian Barbiero!
Your NPL champions, Adelaide United.
Here come our two sides. The bar has been set. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
Turn under pressure.
Here come the Socceroos again. Good one on the right foot, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. What a goal! The Matildas are running amok. Opens up for the shot.
Sinclair up the double. There's the back foot. Australia head over heels about this superstar.
Good evening and welcome to Adelaide City Park for round 4 of the men's REA NPL South Australia. Tonight here between FK Beograd and Adelaide City. With refereeing staff Lean Miller, Dion Turner and Paula Orlandi. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill, joined by David Grant. David, lovely to see you again for another week. It'll be Craig Shearer to get us underway, fresh off that hat-trick in the Australia Cup. Had that game against Para Hills East, the amateur side, where he came into the starting 11 and trying to put the ball into the centre. Craig Shearer on the edge of the box. And I'll tell you what, he has a strike on him. Good ball for Bucco. Still working out for Beograd. Just tight. Slowly building, yep.
That looks a lot more dangerous than it actually was, I think. It looked like it was curling to the top corner.
Ball coming in.
Perfect spot, bad luck. Laurie Latanzio at the back, I think. Peter Acott makes his way off here in front of us. Obviously an injury. Good stop by Oxenham, and he's held it as well, didn't just palm it aside, so that's confident goalkeeping, isn't it?
Delivered low, cleared away.
Yeah, I think it's Anthony Stromboli that's cleared that away for FK Beograd, but nice piece of work with Nick Buch. Into the penalty box.
Goal might come. But nothing heated as the ball over the top for Adelaide City. Touched on. Could this be the one?
So frustrating.
FK Beograd. Ivanic in the centre. Could this be the winner?
What a
brilliant save.
Oh, what a stop by Oxenham. What a save. Everybody hit the ball with the outside of your foot, see what happens.
Opportunity here. He's onside. Just has to finish. And he does so. Is that the winner? Coming from Jason Constantopoulos against his former side.
Honey, honey, honey. Money, money. Can't believe it.
It's Fergus Lynch with this one. Yeah. Then Battistella. Brisson!
Oh, what a stop! Kavanagh makes some ends for his earlier slices, and what a stop. He's kept. I think Kavanagh had that covered. We have had a goal, we have had a few injuries, haven't we? But there it scores now.
Full time at Adelaide City Park, 1-0 the way of FK Beograd, a hard-fought game and a hard-fought win for the away side.
Any changes, George? Not as yet, guys. Not yet? We'll be soon, mate. This is Leon. Yeah. Yeah, it did, yeah. Yeah. I was looking forward to it until the red card. Yeah. Hey boys, good start. Do you think it was? Yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be a red. That's the rule. Yeah, well, yeah. Three. That's three. Yeah. I think that's what you've got to give the explanation right because there's coaches. Yeah, I know. Probably enough. He's got probably enough to get around and he can go in. Yeah. All right. Good luck, guys.
Welcome back to Frank Mitchell Park for the second half of this round 5 clash between FK Beograd and Adelaide Comets in what is expected to be an exciting second half. No changes for the Adelaide Comets, but one change for FK Beograd that sees Jared Clark returning to the side after international duties with Vanuatu. After that late red card from Michael Jakobsen.
Jared Clark seems the obvious choice, doesn't it? Just slots into the same spot that Jakobsen was in for FK Beograd at the back. It's a logical change to make, really, isn't it?
Certainly is.
As Alan Welsh now comes forward with the ball for Comets, who will be hoping to build on what they did in the first half and try and capitalise on some of the opportunities that they created, but they are kicking into a slight breeze, aren't they, out there now?
Yates at the back. The LA Comets. Labasso. It was building up to be an exciting second half in this action, but that red card's kind of put the question mark on it. Will FK Beograd be able to hold up in this second half, or it's going to be a very scratchy match? You see, Konstantinopoulos looked like he kind of controlled the ball with his right arm.
I think the rule now is though below the sleeve, right? So that was arguably above where the sleeve is, up near the shoulder. So.
Well, what if you're at Mount Barker? You got long sleeves because it's cold up there. Does that mean below the sleeve?
Where does the sleeve end and where does it begin?
You can have long sleeves that hang. You know, when you're like your parents, when you're 10 years old and the parents buy like 2 sizes bigger so you can grow into it. So if you buy 2 sizes bigger and it hangs over your wrists.
Yeah. It's about 45 years since I was experiencing that, but yes, I know what you mean, Johnny.
Do that and then hit the ball with your hand all the time. Maradona would like that trick back in the day. Didn't need it, did he?
I've watched that over and over again. I can't see a clear handball in that incident. I can see Peter Shilton not getting off the ground. The sun's just setting a little bit lower in the sky now, so hopefully it's not affecting our vision, or your vision at home. But now the goalkeeper has to look into it, so shouldn't affect them. The sun sets across the pitch. As Beograd clear out with the ball. Trimboli. A wayward pass there. We need to improve that. We have to weather the storm. Down to 10 men, FK Beograd. Comets now trying to build.
The stream's frozen currently. I just got a message.
Ball ends up with Ryan Yates, the number 6.
Looks like the
looks to flick it over, but it's cleared by Jared Clark for FK Beograd, and Irabona ends up with the ball for Comets. Plays it back to Dimu. And Ryan Yates now has it. Looks to chip up, but it's cleared up and saved by Kavanagh. Anthony Trimboli now cuts inside, tries to find Sebastian Good, but the ball has just made its way through to the goalkeeper, Daniel Vaughan.
I've just been told our strings
Jack Yule now. Alan Welsh with the ball now. Comets look to hold possession, build up from the back. Some nice feet work there by Comets as they hold on to possession again and build up onto the left hand side. Konstantopoulos back to Welsh. Welsh looks to chip it over the top. Beograd clear up. A little bit wasteful there with that final ball as it came through Jack Yule. And Josh Kavanagh in the FK Beograd goal picks the ball up, rolls it out to Jared Clark. FK Beograd look to build up on the left hand side. Koike. Tricky. Oh. Irabona went for the ball and got the ball, is adjudicated by the referee. Here come FK Beograd now.
As it gets through, a through ball. Strimboli, and it goes in off the upright. Oh my goodness, David.
Where were you, Johnny?
I came back in just for the goal. That's not something George Sonos' side wanted, but out of nowhere, they've managed to come back in and just had a great first 5 minutes in this game, and they've capitalised on it.
Yeah, they have. Look, nice build up there, and the ball's eventually broken to Trimboli, and he's put it away. Nice little shot off the inside of the post, but a little bit unexpected. That was not what I was expected to see at the start of this half. I was expecting to see FK Beograd set up to try and consolidate, but this will put some pressure on Comets. This is only the second goal they've conceded all season in the league. So, and I think the other one they conceded was Parahouse Knights, so another one that I wouldn't have expected either. So,
well, they're back in this match-up now. You wouldn't have expected it after that red card as well. And well, I did disappear for just a slight moment because there was a little issue with the stream, but we're back on. We apologise for the inconvenience, and thank you for tuning in on YouTube. We're back live right now.
So if you went away to sort out a technical difficulty, why is that a jalap I see in your pocket?
The jalap.
You didn't nip off to the cafe, did you?
No, I didn't. I was going to say something else, but it's a family time zone. As we play it out to Hakafiris, crosses it over. Eladni Rambona's there. It's Jaden Labasso picks it up. Yates did well covering for me there, David, as usual. Got two Grants on today's broadcast. Grant is the videographer for us today, and then David Grant is the commentator for today.
Grant Bell on camera, David Grant on Vox. And we've got Super Mario down in the sidelines, haven't we?
And the two dugouts on the left and right of us are thanks to some local council grants.
Oh dear. Thankfully just 40 minutes to go of this. Comets look to build and try and recover from the upset of conceding that goal. So they're 1-0 down. We're in the 53rd minute now, and Comets will be doing whatever they can to get themselves an equaliser and a winner, because they want to stay top of the table.
Well, this could be huge for the FK Beograd to knock off Adelaide Comets after 4 wins to kick off the RA NPL season for 2024. still 38 minutes to go in this matchup. Anything can still happen, as we've noticed. We've learned so far. Stimu, Tirabona, and it's going to be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, we've got Mario, the match commissioner there. He's cruising around the ground, keeping an eye on proceedings.
Do a good job, match commissioners, underrated.
Absolutely.
Some great personalities out there as well.
Couldn't put a price on that service. Invaluable.
Apparently he's been listening to us as well for the first half, so...
Standing there with a smile on his face just now, so he's obviously tuned in.
Maybe. We'll find out in about 30 seconds' time.
Kavanagh looks to take this kick for Beograd.
Trimboli, the goal scorer.
Comets now look like they're considering a few changes here to try and shake this up. George Sonis, the Comets coach, has called the substitutes back in to have a quiet word.
And Lecornu, who's making his way back into the side. Looks like he might be coming on very soon for the away side.
Yeah, well, he's stripped and ready and waiting. As Rabona gets the ball at the edge of the box.
Slabasso tries to find his way in. It's retrieved well by Garrido. A lot of men in the way, holding, pushing back very well.
Great strength in the ball from both Labasso and Garrido there, especially Garrido. He'd looked a powerhouse there, just a bit unsteady in his feet as he tried to get his shot in, so he's gone out for a corner.
We forgot to mention earlier as well that Jared Clark has taken the armband off of Damian Luic as he comes on for the second half. It's proved to be a good change for FK Belgrade as the Comets are lurking in that area. Dangerous. It's cleared nicely from FK Belgrade. It's given them an extra step, a spring in their step. The second half. Crowd's building nicely in the second half, all along that far side. It's Welsh. Comets pushing up. It's back in the Garrido's there. And there's a corner.
Good defending though, you know, there's looks like Beograd might be playing 6 at the back when they're under pressure here. As the subs come on, I'll let you take this one, Johnny.
There will be a triple substitution for Adelaide Comets.
Commentator's nightmare that, isn't it? Why don't they just do one at a time?
As we see a day for 3 of them, as we will get those numbers as we go. It's Ethan Kakafiris, Nicholas Economopoulos and Jack Yao all calling it a day, replaced by Adam Lecornu, Nathan Indijanto and also Minsung Park making their way.
Well done,
into
Johnny.
this game.
Yep. Aye, that matches mine as well, so well done you.
It's the hardest job of the day as we get a whip in the area. A lot of heads in the box for the Comets, cleared out by Clark. Stimu holds his own. It's Welsh on his left. It's in the area. Garrido's there and will be out for a throw in.
FK Beograd playing very deeply now, barely coming out of their own penalty box until they feel sort of safe to do so. Not quite, didn't quite get onto it. That was Mavro Lambados from Adelaide Comets with the shot there, but he didn't quite get onto it on his left. And it was deflected, it's gone out for a corner, which Aladdin Irabona will now take for Comets.
Irabona take it on his right. Whip it in Here, Garrido's there. Next to Kavanagh. Making nuisance of himself. He's headed out only as far as Yates. He tries to whip it back in. Kavanagh safely in his hands. Home side.
Good defending again by Beograd. They managed to block the shot, causing it to be, by the time it got through to Kavanagh, it wasn't really coming in at pace.
Just watching some of these cars drive past. One car just drove past behind us and saw there was a game going on, so just started reversing to watch it. Interesting. Should get back to call it the action, not the car driving.
That's very observant of you, Johnny.
Long ball. Couldn't quite get there to Mavrolambardos.
Adam, get closer in, closer. Jimmy's right there, you're right.
Cleared, but every time they clear it, just comes back to a Comets player. They've got that additional man, of course. With Beograd being down to 10 men, with Jakobsen being sent off in the first half. The second red of the season, isn't it? Did he not receive a red card in round one?
He did.
I think it was just frustration. He's just stuck out a leg and taken down the last. He's been adjusted to be the last man. It's fouled Garrido and had a red card about 4 or 5 minutes before the end of the first half.
Stay there, Roberto, stay there.
It's Kavanagh. Okay, Belgrade stocked with some great goalkeepers this season. Kavanagh's held his own.
Yes, he's done well. I mean, the stop from the Arabona chance in the first half.
Oh, it looks like he's been pulled off the ball. We'll win the free kick. There's Nathan D'Agento making his point with Henry Date.
What is his point, though? He grabbed his opponent and pulled him back. It was, for me, it was a clear free kick.
With you there, David.
That's just an opinion. You know, I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong, but my opinion is there that he clearly fouled his opponent. So I'm not sure what his defence is. It's a little half chance here for FK Beograd. They haven't got all the players up. They've kept 3 back.
It's Jason Konstantopoulos just getting a little word from his head coach, Adrian DeLoya. Just don't know what to do with it. Konstantopoulos finds a few heads in the area, but it's gone out for a goal kick.
I think Sebastian Good was guilty of a wee miss there. He maybe could have got his head onto that. I'm not saying he should have scored, but he certainly should have made a connection. That was a great little free kick chipped in. Not being too harsh, Johnny.
I'm not being harsh at all.
What's your line, Mav?
You're a commentator. It's an opinion-based sport. It's Mavrolambardos wins the corner after a little deflection off Triboli.
Entertaining second half, eh? Free kick up one end, corner up the other end.
It is tasty football, and I'm also
tasty football.
Looking forward to some tasty food full time because I'm starving.
I love that phrase, tasty football. That is great. I'm writing down that and using it next week as Irabona shapes up to take the corner for Comets on the left.
It's Irabona. Flicks it up. It's in the area. Well, the Kavanagh does well. Prevent a goal. Equaliser.
I think Kavanagh wasn't expecting that to come through to him. I think he was expecting a deflection or a header or something, but no connection. It's come through to him. Bobbled off his chest and then he's collected it very gratefully, I would say.
Step in. Adam. Carry.
Irabona. Slabasso sends it out. And will be another substitution for the LA Comets. Gustus Williams making his way on for the away side as they look to try and get back into this matchup. Hopefully he can be the difference for George Sonis and his side. Mavro Lombardos does call it a day.
He had a good game, Mavro Lombardos. Did well. Obviously a structural change out there as Augustus Williams comes on. See, Augustus Williams has got all those tears at the back of his socks. You noticed that when he came running on? Not sure what that's all about. I've seen a few of the players with that. Must be a trend or poor quality socks.
Eric Fortistelli just going in to have a chat to Kavanagh. Taking a while.
He did take a little while, didn't he? But
you can hear it from the bench of the Comets.
They've still got time, Comets, so they've got 25 minutes to try and get an equaliser and then a winner. They'll be wanting a win from this one. An equaliser's no good for them.
Easter is tomorrow, 12 hours away. What will come first? Now, Comets equaliser or the Easter Bunny? Either way, an Easter egg will be there. A little surprise if it's a chocolate egg or a golden goal for the Adelaide Comets.
Comets look to build again from the back.
Slight breeze is really doing my head in. My hair's getting brushed into my face. I'm liking it one little bit.
You need to get one of those man buns going on, mate.
Nah, the Craig Shearer bun maybe.
The Craig Shearer bun, indeed.
Or Yates bun. Yeah, Yates good.
Or the Yates bun. The Yates bun's slightly different. It's kind of got a bit of flow about it, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of it's let down. It's sort of in a mullet style, whereas the Craig Shearer bun is purely a bun.
Sluich. Once Konstantopoulos. Getting real rough and tumble. It's Koike now on that left side. Gets pulled off the ball. Will be a card. It's Jane Mabasso to receive it.
That's frustrating. I think you see the Comets coach, George Sonis, is frustrated by that because a little bit unnecessary, maybe. Koike's first touch was superb, wasn't it? The ball was slightly behind him. He sort of done a flick of the leg and ushered it in front of him, but then brought down. And the physician will be making his third or fourth run onto the park here, I think, to see Koike.
One thing I love about YouTube broadcasting the games, we get live comments once again. And, well, there's some comments on there of someone saying it's going to be a 4-0 win for Beograd, which is very interesting.
4-0 win for Beograd. Are they watching the right channel? I'll stick my head out the window and say I don't think this will end up 4-0.
Surprised that it is 1-0, considering a red card for Jakobsen. Konstantopoulos goes low. Deflected out, will be a corner.
Comets got to stay focused when they're facing these corners because...
He's a little bit deflated since conceding that early goal in the second half.
FK Beograd keeping 4 players back, even when they've got the corner. They've still got 4 players back, which only leaves, obviously, 5 up in the box. And they're vastly outnumbered. Because one of those 5 is taking the corner, which only leaves 4 in the box, doesn't it?
Short boy, ball to Udyk. Quickly. Konstantopoulos sends along, spots Trimboli with the head. Goal kick is the result.
Trimboli didn't quite get himself behind that, did he? But it was coming at an awkward height, or an awkward angle, should I say. Nothing wrong with the height.
Tall fella as well. He's got the height behind him. Irabona. Ryan Yates. Target. Back to Yates now.
Step in, Adam, step in. Across, Good. You go now.
Corny. Irabona. Ryan Yates. It's Jalen Labasso. Gets around Clark. It's a goal kick in the end. The sun slowly setting over Frank Mitchell Park in the west, South Australia. Sunsets in the west. Where FK Beograd come out the best of the two sides today.
Absolute poetry.
What we're talking about, down to 10 men. We had 4 games out of 4 games in the NPL today with the red card. Now Mount Barker in the State League 2 down to 10 men as well.
Mount Barker down to 10 men. What's the score at that game? They're playing Seaford, I think, aren't they? Got a scores update as Augustus Williams gets the ball on the right-hand side for Comets.
Last I heard it was 0-0 between Seaford Barker. We got matchday commentator Mark Talbot down there giving us the updates. And also playing in that match is Alessio Carocci, matchday commentator as well.
Seb O'Neill's sitting at home. Wowzer, just sitting at home watching them all. He's got them all set up on multiple screens.
I know. His data company would be laughing.
Absolutely.
The data provider.
6 games in high definition. 4K.
It's whipped over. Welsh is chasing it. It's Massimo Falco does get there first. Irabona on the follow-up. Whips it in. And it's quirky. Kicks it out. Hits it out for a corner.
Irabona's been great today, hasn't he? That's another one. He's down here on the left-hand side, having been on the right. Switches over to the left, gets the ball onto his right, flicks it over. Another great cross, no takers. But Irabona's been a revelation for Comets today.
It's Welsh. Dimu. Does well.
Quick, fancy feet for a big guy, eh? Oh, he'll be disappointed with the outcome though. Dimu's put it out in full. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes for Comets to try and get something out of this.
Well, that was no easy feat from Dimu. Maxim Evanic coming on for FK Beograd. To make their second change. They're forced to bring on Jared Clark after that half-time break with a red card to Michael Jackson at the back. And
slow change here. Very slow to get off the park. Oh, what's he doing now?
It's making it even slower. Seb Good. Calls it a day. Yates. Back to Andy Janto. To Yates. Dimu. Yates. Andy Janto finds Irabona on that left side. Pushed out wide just slightly from Trimboli. Lacornu. Yates. Goes for the shot. Just find its way slowly.
Another deflection though, I think.
Just slowed it down a little bit as well. The end result, falling its way to Kavanagh.
I think Beograd are doing that though. They're taking the pace out of the game where they can. Where they've got the ball or where they're making a change, they're sort of taking the pace out of the game, and that'll be frustrating for Comets, but it also means that the Comets lose their momentum. They look to build in the right. Ryan Yates with the cross.
And it's Garrido. Just cops it on the back. Now Stwich. Out to Trimboli. Little flick on. Ivanic. It's the corner, deals with it. Vaughan.
Forward! Forward! Let's go, Yatesy, get him up!
Dimu. He spots Winsung Park. It's in the area now. Comets, a little turn from Garrido. It's in the area of Welsh. He's trying to get a final touch, but Kavanagh does well to prevent it. And it was just a great opportunity from Adelaide Comets. And good defending.
Well, it was good defending. Look, it was maybe a little bit scrappy, but it's what they need right now is just to try and block these shots, block these crosses. So, yeah.
Well, you've got to expect scrappy football when you're down to 10 men. Do anything to try and stay in it.
Well, they get the job done. You know, they won't care how it's done as long as it's done, and defending like that is what you need to be able to do to stop the potential equaliser coming in. They've only got 15 minutes to go or so, 16 minutes to go, so...
Well, it does feel like there should be another goal coming. I reckon there could be. It's got that feeling about it. And DeGianto on his left. It's Quirky outside. Back to Yates. Calmly tosses it in. And it's on the end of Garrido, and it's out for wide. He had plenty of time to try and control it. We'll pass it off back to Welsh.
I think Garrido should have done better. I think he should have had the shot on target. He's had, 4 or 5 chances through this game. And
plenty of space as well.
Yeah, maybe he didn't realise he had the time he had. He sort of snapped at his shot a little bit, didn't he? But that's what I think he should have got that on target.
Being behind to a 10-man side of FK Beograd at this time of the game, I think the confidence boost is kind of just gone from Adelaide Comets. They had the game in their hands in that first half.
Yep.
It's just kind of diminished a little bit since conceding from Trimboli.
I think Comets have been the better of the two teams, but I think they've been wasteful in front of goal. They've had the chances. They could have scored 3 or 4.
But a loss here today doesn't mean anything for them as well. They've had 4 from 4. They come into the 5th. And even a point out of this game for FK Beograd will be their first time getting a point out of a fixture against LA Comets in their 8-game history.
Have FK Beograd ever beaten Comets in a competitive match, Johnny?
In a competitive match? Never.
Never.
Only once in a friendly back in 2015.
Stats man, eh? Saturday afternoon football with Johnny Keckle. As Comets look to try and build, try to get something out of this. They've got 15 minutes to go to try and get a point at least, if not 3. Comets sit top of the table proudly until now. So they'll need to lift their game to try and get something out of this. They won't want to lose this one. They won't even want to draw this one.
DeGianto. Goal kick. Maybe another change coming soon for Beograd as they get ready to bring them on. And DeGianto head back to Vaughan. This could be a very big 3 points. If they can hold on to this, FK Beograd. I've got to retrieve the audio, but I did mention somewhere last year that FK Beograd are going to be the team to beat this year in 2024. I predicted this before the 2023 season that they're going to make the finals last year, which they didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't do as well as I expected.
Yep.
But they would finish off 2024 as league champions. So if they can knock off the top of the table Comets in round 5, could be on track to make a blinder match.
Well, that's the beauty of our game. The beauty of our game is that can potentially happen. Teams that are sitting 7th in a league of 12 can, on their day, beat the top team. And I think that's what makes this league so special, you know. But this isn't over yet, and let's face it, it's been all Comets since FK Beograd were reduced to 10 men. So,
Goes down inside there, inside the centre circle. Konstantopoulos.
I don't think Welsh got the ball there, did he? Or?
It's Welsh. Chips it over to Irabona. Backflip. Back heel, sorry, not backflip. It's Welsh.
He'll do that if he scores, though, won't he?
It's Trimboli.
He's by himself, though, so
he's waiting for...
has support now from Ivanovic. Maxine Ivanovic in the corner. The corner deals with it and wins the goalkeeper kick. Goal kick.
It is time for the change now. Stelios Sakarakis making his way onto the pitch. The fifth and final substitution for the away side.
Kavanagh with the kick now.
Quite like the kick strip.
It's Irabona that's maybe come off.
Had his chances tonight, play some good football.
Yeah, he'd look. I would have him in my best on ground. I would say Irabona. He'd had a great first half, great second half. Set the chances up that were squandered later by. But looked great, and a lot of the play went through him.
Just says a lot about this game of football today. Had the side that's up, down to 10 men, doesn't have the player of the match in their side on your books. It really paints the picture of what we've seen so far in these opening 80 minutes.
And that's a battling sequence we've seen there, you know, with some solid tackles, and the crowd are obviously loving it. The home crowd over there, FK Beograd's home side. And their crowd are obviously absolutely loving that fight that they've shown today.
Well, the goal scorer, Trimboli, is calling it a day. And we replaced by Thomas Love. Making his way back onto the FK Beograd side today. Obviously would love to get behind the goal to try and double their lead.
10 minutes to go. 10 minutes for Comets to get something out of this. As Welsh plays the ball forward, but
Kavanagh comes out, just stays inside the area. Very lucky. Very well timed. You can feel the nerves coming from the Comets bench at the moment. As the time ticks to these final 9 minutes down here, Frank Mitchell Park. It's escaping them the time to try and get back in it. Spenjak with the head.
Nice first touch, but Yates was too good, wasn't he?
Ivanic couldn't get there. It's Yates. Worked hard today. He's done well so far. It's unfortunate, the scoreline for him. It's Jaden Labasso. He plays it out. Zakarakis. Williams. Vincent Park trying to make something out of it. Here's the way to goal kick. Time's very short now for the Comets to make a resurgence. A point will be a relief for the away side. And a point for FK Belgrade would have meant the world to them 40 minutes ago when they went down to 10 men, but now will be a disappointment after being in a position they're currently in. It's amazing how football just turns in the blink of an eye. It's a short throw. Falco.
Oh, short.
Koike. He's in here now. Gets it out onto his right. Tries to get around. He flicks it in the area. And it's dealt with by Yates. Dealt with. It's Walsh. Yates back to Labasso. Leon Bruno couldn't quite get there, but Garrido just left it.
Not sure if Labasso was aiming for someone there or just sort of hitting a hopeful ball. Hopefully it's not the latter, because if they can keep their structure right, get their width right, get the balance right, if you like, 5 minutes to go, they might get something out of this, but long hopeful balls probably won't work.
Don't force it the backside, mate. What was his... Carry, Adam, carry. Carry. Right. Forward. Tommy, get in there. Backing up too. All the way, Tommy. All the way.
It's inside the area. Mintung Park is there. He's fighting to get it back to Labasso. Back to Mintung Park, who looked to be offside, but he managed to stay on. And will be a corner is the result for the LA Comets. Ryan Yates to take the corner. He's got the sun in his eyes. Can he produce something from it?
It's a packed penalty box, so isn't it?
Back post. It's Garrido. Flicks it in. There's a header from the corner. Just couldn't quite get it. Final 5 minutes down here at Frank Mitchell Park. The energy's leaving my body. Don't imagine what it is like for the 10-man side. FK Beograd holding on to that 1-0 lead against the strong LA Comets. They've been the better side in today's fixture. Just on the score sheet, just couldn't quite get there. They've still got 4 minutes or so, plus any additional time to make a mark. It's Mintung Park. Leon Bruno. He gets in. In the area, calls for a pen. It's all clear from Eric Forzastelli.
Yeah, no penalty for me either. I mean, the FK Beograd bench were all up claiming for one, but no penalty for me. But why didn't he have a shot earlier on? He seemed to just be running and running and running. Once you get to sort of 10, 15 yards, and if you're being closed down, get that shot in. He didn't do it.
Well, Yates does well to close in and gets the free kick. The FK Belgrade fans in the stands are getting real behind it at the moment. It's Tom Love. There's Vaughan to quickly clear it. Still moments to get back in this. The LA Comets have 3 minutes plus any additional time. They've played well today. They won't go home with the results if they can't get back in this, any points, sorry. But they will, should leave with their heads held high because they've played some good football, but it's still many moments to go. Fluich gets it off Yates. Maxim Ivanic, sorry, not Luic. My apologies. Konstantopoulos on his right, goes for the shot, just goes out.
Ryan Yates has had a good game, but there's a couple of moments where he's lapsed in his concentration a little bit there. And Comets have lost valuable time. They're a minute, no, 3 minutes to go, plus a little bit of injury time. And there will be that. There'll be a bit of injury time because we had a few players down.
Yeah, there'll be at least 3 minutes. The ball goes long to find Indijanto. He's out on the left. Inside the area, it's John!
save of the
Jalen
round.
Basso almost capitalised on it, but somehow just couldn't quite get in. FK Beograd counting their stars as Maksim Ivanic moves forward. He fires forward, tries to get around Dimu. He's pushed out wide.
He's up himself. He's got nothing to aim for in the middle, but Koike's made a run up for him. But
it's Koike now. He's back in. He's only got Lacornia to get around. Goes for the shot himself. And this is just firing on either end at the moment. We've got firing moments. 2 minutes to go in normal time. Can something come out of it? Augustus Williams. Leon Bruno. It's rough and tumble. On the halfway mark will be a free kick for the away side.
let's go back to Josh Kavanagh's save. That's save of the round, save of the weeks. That's potentially save of the year. What a reflex.
Whoa.
Pushed it onto the bar. Take my hat off to you. Great stop.
And what a shot as well from Jalen Labasa. I can't take that away. That was incredible.
Look.
There's no stopping it, but Kavanagh just somehow read it well and got right behind it. That was just incredible stuff.
Yeah. Look, it was a good shot. I don't mean to take anything away from that. He connected well. His technique was good, but Kavanagh pushing that onto the woodwork was just absolutely exceptional. And I tell you what, if FK Beograd win the game today, Kavanagh's been the reason. There you go. I've said it. Irabona was the best for Comets for me, but Kavanagh, I mean, in the first half as well, you know, you think back to some of those chances he blocked. He's just had an absolute blinder, but that save there with 2 minutes to go has kept them in it and maybe won it for them.
Well, there will be a final substitution. Well, possibly a final substitution. Still one more to go. Craig Shearer still on the bench for Belgrade. Daniel Goni will be coming on for what looks to be Konstantopoulos calling it a day. Quality player, Jason Konstantopoulos.
Oh, we won't get to see Craig Shearer by the looks of it then, eh? He had a good game last week.
Talking about buns, though, Goni's got a good bun.
Oh, yeah, there's a third one.
Now in the additional time, it's Yates inside the area. Kavanagh gets a hand to it. Just saving the day for FK Belgrade. And that is why, out of the three goalkeepers, he's in goals.
He's the littlest guy in the ground, but he's a giant today, isn't he? What a leap. What a grab. The safest hands in Woodville, eh? We are in Woodville, aren't we?
Woodville West, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know, it changes so quickly from what street you go down. Yeah. Down into my street is Seaton. Across the road is Findon. Down the road is Woodville West.
We're in your hood.
It's Kavanagh, long ball. This is history being made at FK Belgrade to take out 3 points against the Adelaide Comets in the first time in their history playing against each other. And Stephanie trying and put the final nail in the coffin, just couldn't quite do it. A great save from Vaughan.
Yeah, great save by Vaughan as well. Arguably had less to do than Kavanagh's a moment ago, but still, if that had gone in, that was game over, isn't it? But we are in injury time. There's only a minute or two left.
Not much longer to go, you'd expect.
Massimo Falco now with the throw-in for FK Beograd. Comets win the free kick.
Well, with 2 minutes, just in the 93rd minute of play down here at Frank Mitchell Park. Long ball for the Comets. Clark on the end of it. Falls to Yates. Controls it nicely. Now to Lacornu. Now Dimu. Can the Comets produce something? They've only got moments left in this matchup to get a point. Either way, Beograd are on track to make their very first point against the Comets.
What a time to do it, eh? Comets top of the table. Haven't lost a game yet. And here come the usurpers in 7th spot to try and upset things. And it
Long
looks
ball
like they might do it.
from Vaughan. Chested off to Welsh from Labasso. It's in the area. A lot of men in the area. Welsh out to Williams. And a poor touch. Wasn't expecting it. Falls to Kavanagh. And that could slow time down. It'd just be a blessing for Beograd. Ivanic, can he get there? Winsung Park with the head. Labasso controls it nicely. A ball out to no one from Luich. Long ball. Walsh is there, gets to head to it in the area. Can I get something? He comments, and it's a great save again on the line. Kavanagh to save the day. He's put his body on the line so many times today, and he's surely going to be man of the match after this performance.
Yeah, I mean, that's another great save. We're in injury time, and that's 2 he's pulled off that would have been goals had he not got to them, and they were really close in. So you're talking about reflex
Comets
saves.
just a little bit unlucky, but they put everything into this game. Yates has still got some moments left in this, the LA Comets, and you can just feel it. They're not giving up right to the last moment. They want to get away with at least just a point in this. Ivanic. Yates, slide tackle in, does well to retrieve it. The Comets, Lacornu, Dimu. It's got Labasso out left, he chooses him. And it's a back pass. The Vaughan's got to try and get Yates.
They've got to find each other with these passes. They can't have anything wayward. It's all got to be to the man.
As Leon Bruno does well. It will be a throw in to be taken by Yates. It's Welsh with a head. Labasso in the area. Can they do something? Leon Bruno with the clearance. There's calls for time from the FK Belgrade bench. It's Lacornu. We're only moments away now from a historic moment for Belgrade. A very scrappy clearance, and it's in the hands of Kavanagh. Moments now, only moments for Beograd to get their first win, competitive win against the LA Comets. And this will be a massive coup for Adrian Deloya, his first year as senior coach, head coach in the NPL. Yates. Could be a last moment for the home side. Love. And that is it. Beograd get their first 3 points against the Adelaide Comets and end their winning streak in round 5 to round out this Easter long weekend matches here at Frank Mitchell Park. And what an amazing moment for the home side. An Adelaide City win last week, and now back it up against the LA Comets on home soil. What a performance.
Yeah, some finish, wasn't it? I mean, Comets must be gutted. They've played some great football today and come away with nothing. But, you know, they've been a little bit wasteful in front of goal. They were profligate, as they say, and should really have put this game to bed, arguably, after sort of half an hour, 45 minutes in the first half. But and then Beograd had a player sent off. We had Saul Jakobsen go for a challenge being the last man. And it certainly looked like that was it all over. It looked like it would be a foregone conclusion. But, you know,
wow.
Beograd score against, arguably against the run of play, and then, you know, they sit back and they defend really well. I mean, Liam Bruno, Massimo Falco, Alexander Banjak, Thomas Love, Koike and Jared Clark just all formed like a 6 or 7 man defence, but they held on really well, and all credit to them. At the end of the day, it's how many times you can put the ball in the back of your opponent's net.
Definitely, that is right. And, well, 18 shots for the Adelaide Comets, 6 on target, and only 11 shots with 5 on target for the home side, and one of those a goal. But 7 corners for the LA Comets to the one of Beograd. It's a massive stat as well. They've had their opportunities up front, just couldn't quite capitalise on it, but they've got some great football this season, the LA Comets, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they can produce. It's just a little hurdle, but I think they can come back from it.
Well, they'll have to try and bounce back from this, and this is where your sports psychologists come into play, isn't it? I mean, how do you come back from a result like this after having had such a great start to their season? You know, Comets have won 4 in a row and only conceded 1 goal until this point, you know, and then they come up against a side that's in 7th, you know, only a few points above the drop zone, and they go and lose it 1-0, but they'll have to pick themselves up, Comets, and bounce back for next week.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps it all up down here and wraps up round 5 action in the RA NPLSA. David Grant, always a pleasure.
Oh, yes, Johnny. Let's go and get ourselves some food and then maybe a little swim. We're not too far from the beach, are we?
Yeah, we can do that. You want it?
Yeah.
Shababs and a swim. Sounds good. Have a great long weekend. Happy Easter to all that are celebrating, and we'll see you all for round 6 very soon. It's going to be a tasty round 6. I can't wait. And a tasty night with the Beograd Shababs. That is all. FK Beograd get their first win against LA Comets in their history in a competitive match, and we look forward to seeing what they can produce. That is all here from the FSA Leagues RA NPLSA action. We'll see you all soon.
I did not expect that at all. Even with the performance, I think Comets are actually amazing there. But haven't you seen it all, isn't it? Yeah. Woo. They're going to be partying behind you. You know that. Well, I suppose it makes sense then to be Beograd. It's a huge one, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I can film it for you. I'm going to go to the Oh, sorry. I don't know. We didn't know who got that.
Feeding your cable down to you, boys?
Oh, thank you, mate.
Yeah, here's the end.
Perfect. Thanks, Jordan.